Hey everybody, Spellman here. Going to chat about everything that went down this last weekend. And someone joked last time that they never get to see the other side of the room, so I'm coming from this monitor instead of this monitor. There you go. It's not the whole thing, but whatever. You get a different angle of me now. Heading into the event, actually heading into the last weekend of CDC regular events, I knew the other four guys were just dominating the tour. I couldn't remember if we were going to have one or two extra spots. I know that we had the Continental Cup spot, but then I couldn't remember if the Continental Cup spot came from the U.S. Masters or if the Continental Cup was just its own spot. I couldn't remember. I didn't really care to look it up either. I didn't want to start planning that far ahead. All I knew is we potentially have one to two extra spots, and I talked to some of the guys about it before, and all I was trying to do was finish in fifth or sixth. If I got fifth and I got the extra spot, great. And if I got sixth and I was incorrect about having two spots, then I wasn't going to be upset about it because, it's if I'm not finishing in the top 1, 2, 3, 4, I shouldn't really expect to get that spot. So. Was very aware of that. I just wanted to play well enough to stay right there. Had to skip the South Korean WDF World Cup in order to come to that last CDC event and kind of really try to solidify that. It also helped that Doug Bain missed one of the weekends because I know he was hovering right there with me. Fortunately, I did pretty well, or at least well enough to be where I was fine. And I think when I looked up the math I think I could have skipped that weekend and still gone to Korea and been fine, but you just don't know that, so it wasn't worth the risk. So obviously heading into this weekend, I liked my chances, 5 out of 16 chance to get the World Championship spot, but the way the other guys have been playing all season, Caden Newberry beat me, Danny Young, he should be winning more than he is. He just kind of comes up a little bit short, whether it's trying too hard, pressure. Sometimes you just miss, maybe it's none of those things. But he's going to be getting better and better. Mawson had a great stretch during the beginning of the year. Daryl Christie won an event. I could keep going through the list of qualifiers and why they were a real threat to what I was trying to do. So, I was basically just hoping for a semifinal with one of the five guys, because then no matter what happened from that path forward, I was guaranteed the World Championship spot. But notice that I'm only talking about the World Championship spot. I'm not talking about the Grand Slam. I'm not talking about the U.S. Masters, because while of course you have to have the confidence in yourself to know that you could win, that you feel like you might win or should win or whatever you want to, say, my brain doesn't follow that. It follows what I feel like is realistic. I can sit here and say I think I'm the best player in the country, but it doesn't matter if that's what I think. It's what I know. And, what I know is I haven't been playing at a level to be called that. Savada is our best player, at least that's my opinion, followed by Stowe and Gates and all that. And not necessarily in any specific order, really. But after, I do think Savada is the best right now. And anything past that, but I mean, if you said that one of the other guys was the best, I really wouldn't fight you on it, because everybody has the game to do that. So, but I really liked my chances. Obviously, relying on the top 4 seeds to get far for you is well, that's a good feeling to have, because there's a reason why they're the top 4 seeds. I wanted to kind of try to control my own destiny. If I lost that first round match, now that's one more guy that can potentially disrupt things. So that Nick Lindbergh match, I don't think either one of us was really, we weren't playing bad. I don't necessarily think, I can't really remember the first match, to be honest. I don't really think we were playing too poorly, but not too great. And then, I don't know, sometimes, when you're playing poorly, your opponent's playing poorly, it's hard to snap out of that. So you end up just kind of following each other. But then when they start hitting, then you start hitting. I made a joke with Dan Burke and Dustin Holt a couple years back when they played the doubles at the Bullshooter. We were in a third place match, and we were both just playing excellent. We go to a deciding leg, and man, they started off terrible. And it drug me down too, because now I'm thinking like, oh dude, if I don't even have to hit 1040s and 1080s anymore. I just hit a ton and we got the lead and we're good. And having that mindset of not being quite as about it, I drugged myself down. They didn't drag me down, but it's the mindset drugged me down, and I played terrible. And I told them afterwards, bro, if you would have played better, I would have won. I meant it like in a joking way, not like in a oh, you got lucky. No, just it might have kept me laser focused, but obviously that's my own fault. But it's kind of the same thing here, where neither person's really just smashing it in there, and that meant that I wasn't smashing it in there either, but he started playing really well. I think, I know I had the one leg where I think I went, I don't remember actually. I think I hit a 180 or something like that. I was playing really well that leg, but Nick went 81, 140, 140, 140 out, which was an amazing leg. And then I was able to come back and still take that one. But I was kind of able to feed off of him a little bit. But that gave me some comfort. Then the rest of the seeds all won, which really now, I have a 5 out of 7 chance. And again, I'm not even thinking about winning the event. I'm literally just thinking like, okay, my chances of qualifying, stumbling over the finish line to get to Worlds was, it might actually happen. I like my chances, but I saw Jason Brandon as the biggest threat, because we all know what he can do, and recently he's been having some success, especially since MSG. So he was the one I considered the biggest threat. Mawson, like I said, depending on which Mawson shows up, very capable of winning that event. And then Christie played excellent for a lot of this event, and like I said, he won an event earlier. He was kind of threatening Dave Cameron's Canadian spot. So I wasn't super comfortable yet, but it was fine. And obviously we all started winning. We all kind of got through. Stowe started off really slow, and Mawson was kind of taking advantage of that. Pretty sure you played Mawson. And so now you're starting to think like, oh no. I was like, it's as long as that one guy's lingering around, you're thinking about it. And but Stowe was able to come out on top, and that guaranteed my spot at Worlds. And then I was good. I was still focused, and I'm not one of the types to just be like, oh, thank God I'm in, or and then just be like comfortable the rest of the night. I have a lot of pride in my ability. It's only fair to my prior opponents that I'm always trying my best and all that stuff. So wanted to power through, and so got to play Gates. I have had some success against Gates recently. I know I lost to him in the first, or I guess in the winners round, or the first, not the first round, but like the non-losers side of TOC. Should have won 3-1 pretty handily. And when I say handily, I mean I was playing excellent. And then kind of what I was talking about earlier, you have the easier shots, and I just needed 3 bulls, and I missed it. Now he still had to go bull 18 and then a double or triple 19, which he hit to win the leg, which was a great shot. And then he won the decider. But I just needed 3 bulls. I could have laid up and just pounded 19s and basically had a guaranteed win. But sometimes you're playing well and you're just confident. Like you're not even thinking about, but what if I miss? And hit the first bull, flied it out on the second one, and then the third one didn't go. So, but I've had a lot of good success against Gates lately, and we always battle back and forth every time. And the power just went out at my house, so good thing I'm filming this on my phone. But anyway, or wait, did the power go out? I don't know, because my monitors are still on. I don't know what happened. Anyway, maybe my computer just went to sleep, and everything's so just quiet in here. Yeah, that's all it was. Anyway, sorry for the distraction there. I think the AC was going at the same time, and I think my computer monitors went off at the same time that I stopped hearing the AC, and so I just assumed the power went out. But anyway, okay. So, like I said, I've had a lot of decent success against Gates. He's had a lot of decent success against me. Like I said, we kind of go in runs. I'll beat him 4 or 5 times in a row. He'll beat me 4 or 5 times in a row. And that's kind of how it goes with the high-end players, is whoever's playing well in the moment, that's probably who's going to win. Every now and then, we'll let one slip or something like that. Come on up. Sorry, Chupa wants to join the party. Come here. Ugh. He's wearing his diaper because he doesn't know how to use the potty outside. But anyway. So going into that match, I know he wasn't at his best. When he's kind of limping around and stuff, I know that that old age is getting to him, or whatever he had going on. But you're aware of that, so okay, there might be a chance that he might not be as sharp. And I don't remember most of the match. I do remember being down a lot, and just feeling like this is I'm very disappointed in myself that I kind of came out here as flat as I did. And he missed that shot at the 120, and then I never looked back. I don't really know how I made that comeback. I think it was just I finally started hitting. My throw felt fine. I just couldn't hit anything. And then you start going on that run, and he never really dipped, but he never really increased his level of play either. So I was just kind of able to somehow, with my back against the wall, make that. Fortunately, I hit that double 10 because double 10 is my least favorite spot on the board. But as people that coach with me understand how I throw, I just trust that I can do what I need to do, throw it in a straight line. I don't try to hit it. If I miss, I miss. If I hit it, whatever. So fortunately, I hit it because he was sitting on top, or not tops, he was sitting on 60 to take that out. And all you're thinking is like, man, I fought this hard to get back to this, and I can't let this slip. And fortunately, I didn't. So then that moves on to Savada. Savada, I've had some okay success with. One of the things that really helps you is last season, in 2024, when I was kind of up and down, he had a match where, he was just blitzing me, averaging like 109, 110 through at least half the match. And on the back end of the match, I played like I could, and I still ended up winning that match. And so knowing that, okay, my opponent can play this well, and he might have those little dips here and there, just do your best and hope that, you can take advantage of those dips if they even come. So against Savada, though, and again, I know you guys are probably tired of hearing about this stuff, but for the last year and a half, it just seems like it's getting a little bit worse and a little bit worse and a little bit worse. The stress and anxiety, whenever I do feel that, it's more of a, like on the back end, I genuinely have no idea how I play. I guess it's the same way, like when I won Bull Shooter and Maloney's making fun of me because my fingers are like doing this on the game-winning dart. I just learned to kind of separate the mind from the body and just try to relax and flow through it. Like I tell people that I coach, it's like when you have those shakes going on, you can either like tense up and try to stop the shakes, or you can just relax and your hand will still be shaking, but you're relaxed and you can actually kind of power through that. And once I got to have the ability to kind of do that, I could play through it. So this time I was able to do that, but this time it wasn't shakes. It was what I've always been nervous about happening, which, like I said, if my anxiety, my stress gets up too high, I start to feel like I'm going to pass out. I start to, like I tell people, it's like you feel that flush feeling when you're like next to a really tall ledge. I get that. I start to get the cold sweats. It's not like a shake. It's more like you might not even see the shake. I think my normal levels of stress, you'll see the shakes in my hands and stuff like that. But for the elevated, it's more of I feel it internally. Like if you've ever been really hungry and you have like the little blood sugar shakes. I don't know that you can feel it, but I don't know that you can really see it. But anyway, but like my hands started to kind of go numb. I described it as, when you're out in the cold and your hands kind of like, they get like a little swollen and numb because, well, they're cold. Well, without the swelling, but that feeling of numbness was kind of there. My ankles got numb. I could feel my feet kind of like tingling, like not as bad as like when your arm's coming awake and it feels like static and it's like it wasn't quite like that. It was kind of like just like a little tingly feeling. That wasn't a great feeling. Now I started focusing on that instead of the game, and I think that's when I'm trying to remember the flow of the match. But anyway, I know at some point I kind of let him have another leg or two, and then I started kind of feeling those feelings and got distracted for a second. Didn't play very well, but once I kind of like got used to the feeling and was able to just kind of ignore it and play through, then I felt like I couldn't miss. I guess because now I wasn't focused on winning. I wasn't focused on how I was feeling. I was just kind of like trying to zone out, like I wasn't even there, and almost had an attempt at a perfect game. That seventh dart felt perfect and sat right on top of the wire, but cleaned that one up in 11. But when I was done, You'll see me kind of pause for a second after I shook his hand, just because I kind of couldn't believe that, one, I got through the match, because I wasn't really expecting to win that match the way I was feeling, and also to just kind of get a quick breather, because I was feeling a little bit, not like dizzy, but not dizzy, if that makes sense. Not like dizzy, like, oh my God, but it's just like that aura, like the lightheadedness, whatever. So it just took a second, grabbed my dart, shook a hand, immediately went over, grabbed some water, drank, told Jason Brand. I was talking to Jason Brandon, and I think I even mentioned it to David Garfinkel, that like that feeling when I'm having that, like, yeah, I'm happy I got through, I'm excited that I won the match. Now I'm in the finals, but that feeling is one that I really do not enjoy. I'm not trying to, the medications that I was prescribed, I'm not trying to take medication for a competitive advantage. I'm trying to take it so that I don't feel that way. I don't care about being nervous. I don't care about losing. I care about how I feel afterwards. And, if I get to a point, and fortunately, to jump ahead a little bit, now that I qualified for the Grand Slam, I've been waiting for months to get the psych evaluation to kind of see what's going on, autism, ADHD, alexithymia, whatever, for early November. And I was like, oh my God, I've been waiting for months, and now I'm going to have to cancel this damn thing and wait even longer. Well, fortunately, I have an initial intake thing on November 3rd, and then my actual thing is on November 19th, so I'm good. Like, Grand Slam is perfectly in the middle of that, so we're good. And I'll loop back to that in a second. But anyway, but if I go through that and I try to submit like the TUEs, if you're not familiar with that, it's a therapeutic use exemption, and it just, if you have a valid medical need for whatever, then you're good. Well, I've been trying with the other medications I've been on. I've had my primary care doctor. I had the first psych that I went and saw said that the medication is right for me. The second psych that I saw to get tested for autism said that the medication I'm on is correct for me. So I've been taking it still for a year and a half, but I always try to refrain around WDF, CDC, anything that's DRA regulated, just because, well, I'm super paranoid about that stuff. And they gave me something to use as a just in case. They gave me, I think it's like hydroxyzine is what it's called. If I take one, it doesn't do anything as far as I can tell. But if I take two, oh my God, I feel like I'm high as a kite. Because apparently, I guess hydroxyzine is like Benadryl on steroids. So at least that's what someone told me. And it made me slow. Like, you could ask me a question, and I'd be like, yes. No, don't bark, guys. But anyway, I haven't needed that, fortunately, because I don't know how I would play under that, and I might. That's probably what I'm going to use if I go to the Grand Slam, because obviously I can't take the other stuff. So, yeah. But anyway, what I was telling them is if I can't work through and get that kind of stuff approved, I'm not interested in traveling and doing that kind of stuff, because I'd just rather not play than feel that way, to be honest. So we'll see where that goes. But anyway, I was able to settle in. Fortunately, we also had the youth played, Joey Lennon and Gavin Nickel. So that gave me that little extra time to get some water and kind of settle in. And now that I was in the final, I was a little bit more confident than I maybe used to be. Guys, Chupa, come here. Sorry, this isn't edited. This is live. But I think what helped me is I have a pretty good record against David Cameron. If I was playing Stowe, I'd probably come out a little bit more anxious, just because I don't seem to play my best against him, and I think that's because those flowy players where they're a little bit off, and then they're on, and then they're a little bit off, but once they're on, oh my God, they're amazing. I think it's a little bit harder for me to lock in, kind of like I was talking about earlier, where it's, okay, you're my opponent's a little off right now. He's not really hitting. You don't feel like you have to hit the big 140s, 180s, and now you're almost just playing to play solid and not screw up the situation rather than take control of the situation. So, if I play Stowe, I don't know if the result's the same. But coming in against Cameron, that really helps with the stress and nerves when you're playing somebody that you're confident in playing. And but unfortunately, right from the start, I didn't really get a good look at them, so I actually don't know who it was. But man, there were two guys that were just, they were loud, banging tables, just going crazy. And I don't know. Well, I say I don't know how it was affecting Dave, at least in the early part of the match, because it was extremely distracting to me. Not because like I was getting frustrated, like, oh, you're distracting me. It's more like I did not want that to distract. Like if you're up in front of my face waving your hands and stuff, I don't care. I can ignore that stuff. I can block it out, but I don't know if my opponents can. So I didn't want to have that affect David's game. I didn't want to. I want David to beat me at his best. I want to beat David at his best. I don't want outside influences helping me with that. So it bothered me for a big part of the match. I got down big, was down 5-1. Dave missed tops, I believe, for maybe, I think it was a 120. And this seems to be a theme because I think Gates missed the 120 and I didn't lose a leg after that. And I think Cameron missed the 120 and I didn't miss a dart after that, or I didn't lose a game after that either. But he missed that. I kind of annoyingly hit the 146. And when I say annoyingly, I think when I hit the second triple 19, I think, I don't know if Trish can, back this up. I don't know if she really heard what I said, but I was just like, is that one in? Like, kind of like that in? Okay, cool. And then you just kind of, whatever. Because, I don't know, for some reason I was expecting to kind of miss that shot, and then it went in. But then I'm still annoyed. I'm still down 5-2, and he needs 3 more legs. I need 6 more legs. I've been in that situation before against Doug Boehm. I was down 7-3 and had to come back and win the cup with 5 straight legs, but stayed out there to try to get in a little bit more of a rhythm. Really what I was telling myself was, look, my throw feels fine. All you can do is ignore those guys. It's clearly not bothering Dave. He should be up 6-1 right now. So you're letting it bother you because it might bother Dave, and he's literally kicking your ass right now. So just, who cares? Just ignore it, whatever. But then once I kind of did that, and in a weird way, they did kind of help with the stress and all that kind of, well, actually there was multiple factors. It's like, they're distracting me from being, too quiet and focused and thinking about what lies ahead. Dave being up on me kind of gets rid of that, like, you just kind of feel like it's inevitable kind of feeling. So it's kind of like a perfect storm that, I came out a lot stronger. Again, the guys were still doing what they were doing. Not really any worse. I don't really know. Like I said, now I was able to kind of just ignore it. Like I was aware, but I didn't let it bother me. But then I start seeing Dave miss, and then you can tell when he's frustrated with a particular turn because he'll take that dart at the bowl on the third dart. You start to learn people's behaviors and stuff like that when they're playing really well, when they're playing really poorly, when they're playing frustrated, when they're, whatever. And that kind of just propelled me to just keep firing, and even though I was going on this run, I just couldn't, and he did miss, I think, at least one other opportunity, I know, at the double. He gave it to me. I don't remember if that was in the last. I genuinely don't hardly remember these matches. I was just so out of it. And I have to be to play through, what I got going on up here. But, in that last leg, I'm not thinking, okay, just one more. It's just, it's not over until it's over. And too many people let off the gas when they're right there. And the way I saw it is I have 3 more legs, because if I lose that one, I could lose the next one, and then we go to a decider. So I'm not trying to say this is the finish line. The finish line is still 3 legs away. So I was able to, I think, take that one out in 18. I think I missed the bowl on a 124. I do remember that, and able to take it out. But I just kind of, I'm sure you could just kind of see my blank expression. And I want to say that I was excited, but the first thing I did was apologize to Dave about, what was going on. Because it didn't make me feel very good about the win. Like, I'm still playing for me. I still have to do what I have to do, but I didn't enjoy that at all. So in the future, if you want to support me, just make sure you're not, doing it to the detriment of my opponent. I don't want to win that badly. But just saying. Yeah, no, when I say I was in kind of shock, I mean, I was in literal, genuine shock that I was in that position. I had already booked all my flights and hotels to go to Seacoast and the Myrtle Beach Bull Shooter and all that stuff, prepaid for all my entries. Like, that's how confident I was that I was not going to win that event. I'm still in the process of helping my people find partners, getting refunds on some of the entry fees. I already canceled the hotels. I had to cancel the flights. I lost $200 on the flight to Manchester. But it's Manchester, New Hampshire, not England. But anyway, that's how confident I was in where I was in my game, that it wasn't going to be. Now, of course, I'm confident that I can go on a run. But again, the realistic side, that's my default. That's what I listen to. I don't go into an event expecting to lose, but I go in knowing that that's a very real possibility, and I have my contingency plans. Like I said, my contingency plan of backing into the World Championships with one of the other guys winning was my main, plan. That was my contingency plan, I guess, was winning, and even that wasn't a real contingency plan. My contingency plan was, I'm going to Myrtle Beach for Bull Shooter, and I'm going to Seacoast. So, but even now, I just can't really believe that I'm going to do these things. And so I was expecting, okay, if I get the World Championship spot, I'm going to go talk to these psychs, get the psych evaluation. I'm going to have some time to submit TUEs and try to figure out what's going on. Because if I go and let's say, okay, well, you're not, we don't think you're autistic, we think you're ADHD, or we think you're this, and we're like, okay, so while the medication you're on, it does work, this stuff might be better, more appropriate for you, and it might have the same effect. I don't know. So, but I can't take that stuff because let's say it's like Adderall or Ritalin or something like that. I'm pretty sure those are also banned substances in the dart world. So, I'm in the same situation either way, but I knew I had some time between then and Worlds to kind of start figuring that out. But now I have to go play in 3 weeks, and I'm completely unprepared. And that doesn't mean that I might go up there and just, because I'm unprepared, because I'm going in with zero expectation, maybe that settles me down and I play really well. Maybe, obviously, there's some decent guaranteed money. I'm getting to play and learn from, some of the best players in the world. Maybe I go and I play excellent. Stowe Bunt set a very high bar. But again, that's the confident side that says, like, oh, you're probably going to be fine. But the realistic side, I know who I am. And in every situation I've ever had to play on stage, it's been a favorable position for me. And this one feels like the first time I'm going to go play in a very unfavorable situation. So I don't know how it's going to go. I'm a little bit terrified of it, but I'm trying to acknowledge that now so that I can prepare for it. If I just try to ignore it and I block it out and then it's the day of and it just kind of starts snowballing, that's where I feel like I'm going to be in a massive amount of trouble. So I'm trying to hype myself up about it now so that I can kind of just get over it, get used to it, and go do my best and see what happens. So I have a tremendous amount of respect, so much so for those other competitors that, like I said, I expected one of them to win this event, not me. And I still feel like, I guess part of the shock and part of the whatever is, I still feel like, that was Dave Cameron's title. He was playing excellent. He was playing through that distraction. And it just, once I started playing better, I think that in tandem with the annoyance kind of did him in. And, I like I said, I apologized to him afterwards. He told me, you don't have anything to apologize for. That's on me. But I don't feel that way. I don't like making people feel bad, and even though it wasn't necessarily me, it was still me kind of playing the role. Guys, sorry, there's some guy walking down the street. Guys, shut up. I'm trying to do something here. But I don't like, honestly, the thing I hate most about the thing I hate about winning is I had to beat somebody in the process to do that, and I don't like ruining their day or whatever it is. I genuinely hate that. Maybe that's why I don't really have any celebrations when I win or when I do something big, is because, like, if I hit a 9-darter, I'm not going to, like, rub it up, or if I hit a big shot, I'm not going to, like a Gerwin Price. Not because I don't feel excited about that. Kitty, come here. Oh, my gosh. Hold on. Let me close my window. There we go. All right. We're back. But I just, like I said, they distracted me a little bit, but I genuinely don't enjoy those feelings. So it's really tough for me to have a lot of highs in the game because I'm thinking about the other people that didn't achieve that. And I know that sounds really stupid to say, or sounds like I'm just saying it to say it and to look a certain way. But if people know me, I feel like they'll know that that's a genuine thought and feeling that I have. But yeah, I said I'm not going to give it the old Gerwin Price because I don't want it to come off as disrespect. Like, I'm excited for me, but I don't want it to rub my opponent the wrong way. I don't want to feel like, I'm disrespecting them purposefully or not. I don't feel comfortable. I don't care if an opponent does that to me. I try to see it as, and maybe, some of you guys can try this too. It's like, if someone does that, instead of getting annoyed with it, just be like, oh, you must not hit that kind of shot very often. I know that's not actually true, but that's just the way I try to see it, is that I don't want to see them as pumped up and excited and confident. I want to see them as like, man, they didn't think they were going to hit that or something. I don't know. But yeah, I obviously I say I don't know what I want to say. We're 30 minutes into this. Obviously I was kind of just recapping the event. But it was so interesting because on Saturday morning, I had a long chat with Vincent Malia, who's been doing some dart content with, I think it's Vin's Garage, Vin's Dart Garage, as well as, doing some stuff with my sponsor, D'Angelo Sports. And, he showed up, was wearing my jersey, one of the ones I signed. He stayed with me at the Airbnb, but we were having a long conversation that morning, and I was kind of telling him, like, what I'm thinking, where I'm at, my expectations, and, I talked to him about, just general coaching advice and saying how, like, if you're in a situation where you're down 5-0 in a race to 6, if I've missed 6-7 darts at a double in every single leg getting there, I feel like I'm the reason I'm down 5-0. If I come back and win that 6-5, I'm going to tell people I should have won 11-0. But it's easy to kind of maintain that. Well, I don't want to say easy, but it's easier to maintain that confidence, knowing that, like, if I just hit a damn double, I'm going to be fine. I'm still going to win this 6-5. And then ironically, at least twice that same night, I had to do that damn thing. It wasn't necessarily a case of me missing, 6-7 darts, but I still had to play with my back against the wall, make those runs, stay confident, all that stuff. So it was interesting that I was having that conversation with him literally just that morning, and he can vouch for me there. And then I went and showed him how to do that in person, but then also show him, like, I wasn't like, yeah, I told you I'd do it. It was more like I don't know how I did it, but like, it's like it's like we talked about this morning. Sometimes it just kind of happens. Just, so I also showed him that you can still pull these things off and still be in a little bit of disbelief. You don't have, it helps if you're confident, like, oh, you got no chance against me. But it's nice to know that you can still pull through with your back against the wall and also still not real. I don't want to say not believing in yourself, but just not believing that it's really gonna happen. But man, I'm super excited. I don't feel that yet, but I know that I am. I'm really excited about what's to come. Like I said, I'm still in a bit of disbelief about everything. And I really don't think it's going to sink in until I'm at the Grand Slam. To be like, holy shit, here I am. But I look forward to it. I have a fun little thing for the Patreon subscribers. I sincerely appreciate all of you, so I'm going to try to do something really nice for all of you. So if you are a Patreon subscriber, make sure you go check out my latest post. If you're not a Patreon subscriber, you missed out on this one, but there will be more, and then I'll let you know on Friday more publicly what's going on. But yeah, make sure you go check that out. And because Thursday night is well, it's going to be an important time. So anyway, I appreciate all of you. I wanted to get this out and I just kind of talk through everything while it's still kind of fresh, where it was a little bit more authentic. I haven't had time to really think about it and think about what I might want to say. So hopefully I'm not forgetting anything that was noteworthy. Congrats to Joey Linaw for winning the Evolution Tour. I think it's the Evolution Tour. Sorry, I'm terrible when I'm putting myself on the spot. He was super supportive. He knew that if I won, I wasn't going to be playing with him at Seacoast anymore, but he was super supportive. Everybody there, super supportive. Enjoyed really talking to everybody, signing a lot of the stuff. It was really fun for me. And I just heard my Camaro start up, so I guess my wife is running to the post office. But yeah, I'm gonna have a public raffle coming up very soon, and it's gonna be tied to what I'm doing for my Patreon people. So keep an eye out for. Like I said, initial information will come out Friday. I fly to LA on Friday for the Pac-Mania, but I'll have like I'll film something and then I'll do a post and then I'll schedule it to come out on Friday. I'll say Friday at 5 p.m. when everybody is roughly getting off of work around the East Coast, and then a couple hours before the West Coast. But anyway, yeah, I know I'm just dragging this on now. I had no plans for what I was going to say, what I was going to do. I just I don't know. It just meant I do want to take a second because I meant to kind of mention this at the CDC, but a couple weeks ago, I had to move some stuff around to go see my grandfather. He did end up passing away about a week after that, and so I dedicated, in the chat with Online Darts, I dedicated the win to the people I'm coaching because they kind of help keep me thinking about what I'm doing. And I was kind of distracted by the flow of the questioning a little bit, that or the context and all that kind of stuff. But of course, I have to dedicate this particular title to my grandfather, just because they housed me during college. They helped pay for my college stuff, and so while I'm not doing the IT stuff anymore, so I'm not doing the thing that's directly related to what they helped support me in. It was, it led from college to working at Lowe's Hardware at their corporate office, and then I was there for 5-6 years, and then I went on to Epic Games and to help support Fortnite and all the other initiatives that they had going on, and did that for nearly 6 years. And then apparently I have like a 6-year timetable for a term limit, I guess you want to call it. And then it led to this. If I don't take those steps, if I don't have a little bit of the financial freedom that I got from working at Epic, not that I was rich or anything, but I was debt free other than my house and my car. So it gave me the freedom to kind of get going in this kind of stuff, get going with the coaching, the playing, all that stuff. So this is probably really only all possible because he and my grandmother, helped kind of get me there, get me started anyway. So wanted to take a moment to dedicate that to him. And obviously, first and foremost, all of you watching this, whether you're a sponsor or not, it doesn't matter. I enjoy doing this because you guys seem to enjoy me doing this and the stuff I'm trying to put out there. Obviously, thanks to my sponsors, I'm putting myself on the spot again, so hopefully I don't forget anybody. But Winmore, Flight Faction, Booyah Darts, DPFL, D'Angelo Sports, True Look, Construction Cameras, Raw, Ryan Anthony Watson, his tattoo stuff. I'm going to actually be working with him and one of my sponsors on some other stuff for next year. But all the people that have contributed in some way, I genuinely support. I genuinely appreciate the support. Sorry, my brain sucks when I'm speaking on the fly. But anyway, again, appreciate all of you. Look forward to everything coming up. I'll see you guys at Pac-Man this coming week. And soon I'm going to have another one of my videos coming out. I was going to do them every couple days to not oversaturate you, but I think it might actually be better for me to kind of bust ass and make more videos, and so that I can post them every day. Not because I want you to be on my page every day, but just so then you know when to see them, when to expect them. So if you missed some, you know when to go back. If you haven't seen one of mine, maybe for all you know, I put it out. Maybe I haven't. So I'm going to try to go back to posting those every single day. That'll be with this win. I don't know when, but I'm going to try to make it happen. And we're at 39 minutes and 17 seconds. I don't want this to go more than 40. So I appreciate all of you. Look forward to everything that's coming up. And last and not least, a happy early birthday to my wife. October 22nd is her birthday. So make sure, I want all of you to look up my wife, even if you're not friends with her, and make sure you send her some love, because everybody and everything that I just mentioned, they play a massive, massive role in what I'm doing, but the person that plays the most is her. So send her some love. I'm gonna, go celebrate her birthday tonight with her family at dinner, and look forward to everything that's to come. All right, see you guys.